Hello everybody. On today's episode we're going to talk about how we are going to drive a manual motorcycle. So in this particular video we're going to use a ZX25R, a Ninja CX25R for this demonstration. Okay, first of all, let's discuss what are the parts of the motorcycle. Okay, as you can see here, what you have here the throttle. This is the throttle. This is where you're going to control your speed. If you're going to move it downwards or pump it downwards, then that will increase your speed. And this is your front brake. Okay, on the other side here, you have what you call your clutch lever. This is what disengages your gears or your engine. Okay, so once you pull this down, this will shift your gear. Okay, and over on this side, this is the dash. So over here you can see the RPM, and this is the starter button. So if you press this down on this model, if you're going to pull it down, hold on, you have to switch on the ignition before you can start it. So once you start, so your dash goes up. Okay, as you can see here, it shows you're on neutral. N means you're on neutral. Okay, and over here you can see your speedometer, so you can see how much or how fast you're going. And to start the engine, as I said earlier, you have to switch on your ignition key and then pull on the switch. So once you have started the motorcycle, oh, I forgot, before we're going to start, there's also this part here. This is the shift lever for the motorcycle. This is where you're going to switch gears. If you're going to pull this down, it will shift from neutral to your first gear. And for this model, once you're on the first gear, once you go up, that's the second gear. Once you go up again, that's the third, until you go to the sixth gear. Okay, and if you're going to move your move a gear down, so you have to switch your gear downwards, or you have to press your gear downwards, your lever, you press it downwards, then you will reduce gear from whatever gear you're on. Okay, so that's the gear lever. And over here on the other side, this is your rear brakes. So once you push this down, of course your rear brakes will be engaged. Okay, alrighty, so now that we've known the parts of the motorcycle, or the essential parts that you need to start up, now let's go on how to drive it. Okay, as you can see, we are on neutral. So to move your motorcycle, or to move it forward, you have to change gears. You have to change gears from neutral to your first gear. Before you're going to switch to first gear, you have to pull your clutch all the way down. You have to press it like this, if you can see it here. Okay, once you pull the clutch, you step on the gear there. So once you switch from neutral to first, as you can see, we're now at the first gear. It is showing your which gear you're in here. Okay, once you're on first gear, what you will do is to synchronize the release of your clutch and your throttle. Your throttle, you have to pull it down as I've said earlier, right, if you pull your throttle down, it will increase your speed. But since we have the clutch all the way down, or we haven't engaged the engine yet, whatever you do with the throttle, if you pump it, the motorcycle won't move. Okay, so in order for it to move, you have to release the clutch slowly. As you can see, I'm releasing the clutch slowly. Even if I'm not with this the higher displacement engines, even if I'm not moving the throttle and releasing the clutch, as you can see, slowly releasing the clutch, and then the motorcycle will slowly run. Okay, so that's how easy it is, guys. But for certain instances, you need to pump up the throttle. Alright, as you can see here, I'm releasing the clutch, and I'm also, if you can see the engine, I'm also revving up. So now we're moving. Okay, there you go. So the main thing here is the release of your clutch for your first gear should be very synchronized with your throttle. You don't switch to first gear and then release the clutch altogether like this. See what happens? If you do that, the engine will stall. So you have to go to neutral again, have to start the engine again, pull the clutch, slowly release it, and then pump up the rev on your throttle. I keep forgetting the throttle. Okay, as you can see, no, it's not moving because we're neutral. So you have to switch gear to gear 1 and then slowly. Okay, so now you're moving. So once you're moving, it's the same. If you're going to switch from gear 1 to gear 2, then you have to pull your clutch again and then switch gears. Switching gears meaning I'm pulling the lever, the gear lever upwards. So I don't know if you can see from the dash, but I've switched from first gear to second gear. So as I've said, your throttle controls the speed. So if you increase the throttle or you pull the throttle, you can see we're moving faster. Alright, so that's it. That's how easy it is to drive a motorcycle. Hope you learned something. With that, we're ending the video, and see you on the next one.